Orsi, and this is going to be my response to Tarot with Ruby. I think that's Ruby's channel's name. I haven't had a lot of time to watch a lot of text these days, but I kind of miss making one, like responses. Doing tag videos is always fun. It's just engaging with the community, and I really miss that. So I decided that this week's video is gonna be one. And I saw her posting one. Well, by the time this goes up, it's gonna be about 2 weeks, but that's good. I still have tags saved on my to be watched for watch later, whatever it's called, a list on YouTube that are from a few months that I still plan on doing, like the 21 questions, and there's one with music and one with phantom pens. So I want to do those two as well, but I decided to do something more recent for this video. So this one is, as the title says, it's the hashtag is Ride or Die Tarot, and basically these are the decks that I know that if I pull them out and do a reading, that they're gonna perform in some capacity for some different categories or stuff like that. But they are ride or die. They are reliable decks, and the reason why I wanted to do this deck is because these days I don't really have just time, place, energy to do actual big readings. Mostly what I do is I'm still doing the daily pulls with the decks that I'm engaging for a month, reading their guidebooks, connecting to those decks, but I don't really do a lot of readings for myself, because when I have a moment when I need help with tarot, I'm usually, it happened in the pretty much on the summer solstice, because when else are you gonna find yourself in a big like fork in the road kind of situation than on the summer solstice. But when those situations come up these days, or lately in the past few months, I'm just too close to the situation and I need outsider help. So I usually just reach out to a friend and ask them to do a reading for me, because I can't, I'm too emotionally involved. Fun times. But this also made me think about what are those decks that I actually, reach for when I'm doing a reading. And it made it easier because I don't use a lot of decks, but it made it more interesting for me as well. So these are my current Ride or Die decks. There are some, not a lot of decks obviously, but I'm gonna start with one that I still use, even though I'm kind of shifting away, I feel like, for personal readings, is the Wild Unknown Pocket Edition. And why I say that, I'm kind of shifting away, is because last time I tried to do a reading, it wasn't as connected that I usually feel like, and I'm not sure if it's because I'm just going through a lot of changes. Like, honestly, the Chariot is not even like embodying what I'm doing this year. But there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of change constantly. I kind of feel like, I need to always balance my emotional and my, I don't want to say intelligent side, because that's like ridiculous. What's the other word? My head and my heart, let's just go with that. And this year is exactly like that. Oh, the star. And the last time I tried to do a reading with this one, I just didn't get a lot of answers. But it's not necessarily, the deck's fault or the reading's fault, but maybe I wasn't in the right place to understand, because what I was getting were mostly court cards. And when there are a lot of people involved in situations that you're trying to, get a reading about, it's sometimes, especially if you don't have like years and years of reading practice under your belt, or you haven't done a reading recently. And I think that's what happened to me more so, is that I don't really do readings outside of my personal ones these days. Is that I was just like okay, this could be me, this could be the other person, this could be also the situation. And when I'm doing more readings, I feel more easily connected to which one the cards are actually talking about. When I'm not doing a lot of readings, I kind of feel like it's more guesswork. My intuition is not as honed, or whatever, how to say that. So, conclusion, I need to do more reading. So I decided, by the way, hopefully I'm gonna do that, once this period is over, I will start at least posting regularly on my second channel, doing general readings at least once a week, because I want to get back into things. I'm not gonna do pick a cards because that's a lot more work, but I want to do more readings to get back into the practice. But it's still the White Unknown Pocket Edition is, I still feel like it's my trusted deck for personal readings. The other one that I don't really use for other people, I tried to use it for a few times, but I stopped, is the Raven's Prophecy. And I edged it, I trimmed it, and this is not a deck where I get an easily understandable answer from the deck, but usually I ask about questions that are involving my ancestors, in a way that I'm asking for their help, or their opinion to chime in as well. So I always feel like if I get a reading from it, if I actually do a reading with this deck, I know that I will have to step up with my understanding with it. I just absolutely adore this deck, and I kind of want to shift this one into more so for using personal readings as well, like just me and the higher ups. But I know that when this deck speaks to me, I will understand it, but not necessarily in that moment. This is a deck where I lay out the cards, I make notes, and then I go back until I get what the actual layered meaning of the reading was. Not explaining to it myself or making sense, but actually allowing myself to understand what the reading was about. This could have been a good card for summer solstice, and this one as well. But yeah, I still think that this is a brilliant deck, and it's a very simple one, as in, like art style. But if you read the books, I think it's an added layer, like with that. This is not just like a skeleton with a crown. The added layer makes this deck really, really amazing. And I kind of feel like that the readings live in the liminal space itself, if this makes any sense to anyone. But yeah, this is one that I know that if I have a question that's regarding to, like family issues, or just connecting to, trying to connect with my ancestors, because I still don't really do ancestor work, this is the one that I'm gonna use. Okay. Next one is not gonna be a surprise to anyone who knows or who subscribes to my channel. You guys know that this was my first RWS deck that I really connected with. This was the latest reading for something. And this is one where, if I do a reading for someone else, this is one of the decks that I know that I can pull out. People will understand if I say, like, for example, the Seven of Pentacles comes up. If I say that this is about investing into something and waiting for the result, the artwork clearly shows that people can relate to that. Five of Wands, a lot of explanations are easy because of how easily understandable the cards are. So this is definitely a deck that I know that if someone wants reading from me, this or the other one that I'm going to show next is the deck that I'm going to pull a card from, because they won't have a problem connecting to the artwork, at least so far. That's my experience. Hello. Oh, hello as well. And oh, the Knight of Cups. Do I still have the card? I think still have the one that I managed to destroy. Okay, so yeah, one of my most trusted ride or die deck for sure is Lyseers. Okay, the next one that I can easily pull up for other people, especially in the autumn season, but regardless, is the Oak Ash and Thorn. This is such a gentle but honest, it's not a lying deck. It's not a nice washing deck because the readings are gonna be what they are. But the artwork just helps for people to feel relaxed, at ease. And honestly, the tactile experience handling this deck is just amazing. I cannot wait for the official version for the Thistledown Oracle. Oh, look at that, High Priestess. And the Hierophant. And the Chariot. Okay, what is it? Ooh, okay. I'm not turning it into something. But, so yeah, even, like cards like the Ten of Swords. It's a difficult card, but I think, and I think that the card itself depicts it. But it's something that people can still handle. Especially if they haven't had a tarot reading before. I think those are the people that you have to make sure that they realize that this is not a life sentence when they get a reading. This is just help that they can utilize. But I absolutely adore the artwork. I adore the colors, like I said, the tactile feeling, the tactile experience. And just look at that, 3 of Cups and a 2 of Cups. Okay, let's not go to the 5 of Pentacles. But yeah, this is one that I know that if I, have someone who wants a reading from me, this deck can give me easily understandable readings in a way that I can convey them to other people as well. Another one is that the one that I use or carry with me as my travel deck currently, but as soon as the Smoke, Ash and Embers will have a pocket size edition, I'm gonna change it, and that's gonna be my travel deck. But for now, this is the Everyday Witch Tarot. The size is great, but I think for the artwork, the bigger size is better. I don't really use it for anything else. This was the one that I used in the office when I was working there, doing readings for other people. That came up for the company, which was very interesting and very telling. But I still felt like it's a size that's good for carrying, but not for other people to see and understand. Like I really had to show them, and the other people had to take a picture to see the cards better. So while pocket size is good for traveling for yourself, if you know the deck, if you know what you're doing, it's not as good for explaining it to others or showing it to others, especially with a deck that has really delicate and intricate details on it, which is really cool, by the way. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Just it's easier to explain with a bigger one or more simple one in this size. But for now, I know that I can use it for people to like using it for readings for other people when I'm on the go. So for now, it still goes with me in my bag. The last tarot, because I have 2 oracles, is one that I use for financial readings, and that's the Deviant Moon. I'm not saying that this is only good for that one, but for me, this is a merchant style, steampunky word that works very, very well for financial readings. And there's a lot of, financial readings for other people that when I do more readings, have haven't done one for a while now, but I really want to bring back reading for others in some way, because I kind of miss it. And I love the colors, I love the creatures. It's never been a scary deck for me. It's never been a cute deck for me, because I know some people call it cute. I don't. I don't know. Like, for me, this is normal. Like, nothing too crazy about it. It's just, I can't explain it. I'm really in good terms with this deck, but especially when it comes to financial readings. So if I have to do a financial reading for someone, this is definitely gonna be the one, even though it sometimes, freaks people out. I know that the meanings are gonna get through better if I use this one for that specific purpose. So it's quite interesting that certain decks are just more suited for certain purposes. Okay, for out of the two oracles, both are mine, and that's one of the reasons why they are ride or die, because I created them. They better ride or die for me, But the zombie oracle is the one that is good for every situation. Like, honestly, I never did a reading where I pulled a card from this deck and I didn't see how this connected to the reading, or what the extra message was, or how it just solidified everything and pulled the meaning into one card, because it just works. Especially since I added the second set of 30 cards, the 2 seasons. Now there's 60 cards. That's enough for and everything. Doesn't matter if it's a relationship or financial, it's a career, or whatever type of reading. For me, this deck just works, which is not surprising. Like I said, I created it, so I know this deck in and out more so than anything else I own. Even my second oracle, which I also, like I said, created, but this is specifically for relationship readings. This is the building relationships pocket size edition. This is only available this size on MPC, but I'm hoping that at some point I can make either this size from it, I think, even though there's 70 cards, so maybe that's too much, or just a bit bigger version, and sell them on my Etsy, because I sell the zombie oracle on my Etsy now. So this one is without any people in it, which is perfect for a relationship reading, because I don't have to think about who is the person that asking the question and who is the other person that they are asking the question about, the gender, the sexuality, nothing. I don't have to think about anything, and it still works. Like attraction, this one looks like someone who is in love with this triangle, like the love, soulmate, regret. So it just works. I mean, obviously I made it, I chose the pictures, but yeah, that's the only card that I couldn't make yet, an extra set, and send it to those who bought the big one on MBC, because I couldn't, I simply didn't have the resource and the time to do it, to be honest. So this is an extra card that's only available in the pocket size, because that boundaries were something that was missing, I feel like. But everything else, red flag, promise, trust, hope, is here. So if you want to do a reading about a relationship, what to expect where you are with someone, it's really usable and fun. So yeah, these are my ride or die decks. I'm gonna watch a lot of this tag ad because I think it's very interesting to hear what people consider trusted tags, so to speak, for themselves and why. I always enjoy these type of videos. Like I really love listening to other people's explanations and stuff like that. So hopefully this was interesting, and yeah, see you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, do those YouTube things because you know it helped my channel. I'm so close to reaching 1,000 subscribers, and that would be so cool to actually do. I don't know. I still haven't had a chance to get over 100, but as in emotional, like if you think about it, that's 100 people, but 1,000? That's even cool, even more cool. But yeah, thank you so much for being here and see you in the next one. Bye!